Hello everybody, my name is Fatih Köprücü and today I'm going to tell about something production processes. We are starting with what is the production process is. The production processes are steps that are used to produce a desired product from a raw material or unfinished item by following some sort of basic steps. There are three basic steps that we need to follow during the production processes. The first one is the supplying process. This step is the first part of the whole system and also is very important part because the materials that we will be used during manufacturing and supplied on this step. The more efficient and effective choice of the materials is the more quality and accurate final product we produced. In our example, I'm going to define some supplying examples and I'm going to produce some example food. In the second step is production step. In this step we are going to transform the inputs or the raw materials to output or desired goods by using supplied parts and equipment. This part of the production process is core of the whole system. The desired final good is appeared on the stage and I'm going to produce some new products for my example. The third step, service. This is the part that we will deliver the final goods for the owners. The products are delivered to buyers or desired address to serve. On this stage, timing and service quality is very important. Delivered goods must not be defected and must not be delivered after the due date. And this is the end of the definition. We are going to example session. Thank you. Hello again. This is the second part that we are going to make an example about it. In this session, I'm going to make an example to understand how supply, produce and service connects each other and completes each other. Now, what was the first part of the production processes? The supply will be generated. Yeah, in this example, the supply is the Katya program that I'm going to draw something. And the blank page can also be understood as supply because there are some inputs and we are going to transform it to produce new products. And this is the whole system of program can be understood as supply. And I'm going to go through the production processes. Let's draw something. Alright. I'm going to produce a new car model, a simple car model to understand how production processes goes through and how it can be a output product after some steps. This is a very basic car design I'm going to do. And before we start, I'm going to mention about what I am going this way. Yeah. This is the simple way to design a car. The whole process that I'm drawing is the production processes. You can understand that I'm producing some goods. Before we start, I explain whole steps that we need to go through, and this is the second step that production processes I need to be. This is the production step that I'm going. Alright. This is the basic drawing for a car. And I'm going to produce 3D car design of it. I need to manipulate something. Alright, this is good. And this. Now, I produce a 3D drawing of the car. This is a very basic car, so I can do it at 50mm. Alright, as you can see, this is a simple, maybe toy car. Alright, the production process for the first part is completed and I'm going to service it. As you can see, maybe I can name it as service good. Alright, I did. As I tried, as I'm trying to explain how the production process goes through, I simply follow these steps. Supply was the Katya program and the blank page, as I said, and the production process that I just did. I just modified the car, and this is a very simple car, maybe toy car, you can understand as toy. And service, the service step is that I just did some extra, and I did it save as the desktop, and this is the service because the desired production is served to desktop cluster. And this is the end of the first example session. While I was defining what is production processes, I mentioned about supply, produce and services. The inputs comes through the whole system by supply process. This process is very important, as I said, because the inputs come through and the whole quality is defined as started by the supplying process. After the supplying process, we are going through the production process and we produce some output products, and then service is the delivering the final good, and the customer satisfaction is very important for the service parameter. But in the further information, if we started with supply and then go through production and then service, that the products we serviced can be also be an input for the another project. For example, we are going through supply, production and service, and we are delivering our final good to a firm, and that firm can use these goods as the input of their production period, and my service goods could be their supply goods, and then they can use the supplied goods as in their production process, and then they can produce a final product for their processes. And this whole two projects can be connected each other by this simple step, service 1 transforming to supply 2. And I'm going to make an example about it and try to define how this connection can be understood and how this connection can produce a simple product. Two production processes, but there will be just one product. I am going to mention about, and I will make an example about it. Thank you. As I mentioned about it, in the first part, supply, produce and service is production processes. And what we did, we just supplied Katya program, and I just drove something and I just saved it as a file. And these are the steps that we run through, and we are going to continue with these steps that I saved, and I'm going to supply it through the production another program, and I'm going to produce a new product and it save it as a service. In this stage, service 1 turning it to supply 2. Let's remember it. This is my production period and I just saved it as service period, and now I'm going to use another program. This is ANSYS Workbench that is used for simulation of any geometry or any solid bodyworks, and I'm going to use geometry as my saved file. In this part I need to import it, import geometry, and I'm going to browse it, and desktop, what was the name of it? Service good, if I can write service good. Alright, I'm importing the toy car here, as you can see inside of it. Millimeter, took it millimeter because I just drove it as a millimeter, and now I'm generating that I did here. As you can see, this is my product that I just draw. Yeah, this is how I draw. This is very bad looking because this prototype of my car, and this is how it looked like. I just import it as I mentioned here, that was my service product, and it is used here as my supply product, and I just supplied this product here, and I'm going to produce something, and then I will service it again. This is 3 times periodic production processes. I'm going through this process. Alright, I just used it as geometry, and I'm closing it, and I'm going to update it for the mesh periods. Alright, I'm updating it. In this updating period, I will start the production processes. This whole processes that I started, I just come here and then jump into this, and I'm now starting this period production too. If it is opened, I will start. Alright, it is opened. It is opened. Now I'm going to start the production period. Right. As you can see here, and I need some statistics here. Okay, geometry, SolidWorks, and mesh and sizing. I need some statistics here. And what is the maximum size? Alright, 0.02 meter. Alright, I'm taking it. Then this SolidWorks, I am going to some mesh control sizing. This whole process is production period. I'm going to choose it as my sizing. Where is my sizing? Alright, body sizing, and I'm choosing this and apply. I'm going to produce some faces. Alright, element size. What was the element size? Let's search it again. I'm using maximum size to take it shorter. 0.02. Okay. No. 0.02 is my maximum size. Alright, I'm using it. Element size. Now I'm going to finish my production period. Okay, in this whole production period, we just did this, as you can see or can see. Alright, now the difference is what I can show from this to this. Yeah, this can be looked very soft, but this could be a production period as we can put this part and this part together, and according to whole production, this can be the ending material as. Now we can see as the end of the second part, and the production period is just ended, and I'm going to service it by setting this updates. Alright, closing the window, and now I'll just update it. Yeah, okay, production period is about to end, and now I'm going to service it. Service good, final. Alright, the second part of the project is now ended. Before I finish, I want to give another example about it. The whole steps, supply, produce, and service is a kind of combining each other, and I want to give another example. Since I'm recording this video, I'm doing a production processes too. The supply step is what I learned in the lessons and me, and production period is what I'm doing during the whole period that I'm recording this video. What I did, what I draw, what I saved, and what I record. The whole system is a production period, and the service period is going to be happen tomorrow that I will submit my project to my teacher. And as you can see, the whole system can be observed in the whole life, and we are during our livings, we are in some production processes too, and production process is inside of whole life, and we can see it just by looking at what is supply, what is production period, and what is service. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. Thank you.